Thank you very much for following Nnalubaale Sports. My name is Martin Mugambi, and this is the Sports Desk. Today, I'm with the Chief Technical Officer for the Uganda Rugby Union, Mr. Ramsey Olinga. Good to have you, sir. And I believe you're the most efficient man to talk about the topics at hand.
I'm not sure the topics are going to be, but I will try my best.
You do know, but starting from what we have now, I'm sure in about 1 or 2 months, the team will be headed to Mauritius for the African Sevens. But I also understand that we are already continuing with preparations, or they've already kicked on. What do they look like?
The team is training. We've been in camp for over a month now. They train every Monday and Tuesdays in early morning at the Nnalubaale time at the Chadon Rugby Club. It's a blend of experience and youth. We're trying to blend a few newer players. And it's going to be interesting. Some of the players played last year in Mauritius. Some of them took a year off to play 15s last year in Iraq. So some of those players are back this year. We have a very strong squad that we hope, if they keep on preparing the way they're doing now, we hope by end of May they should have named at least a larger part of the squad, and then we'll have not just fine tune them. But it's a very strong squad this year.
Now, this is just me peeping into the windows and trying to see who is in there. What does the composition of the team look like?
Well, in sevens normally it's advisable to either name 2 teams or 3 teams or 4 teams. So that is 7 players or 14 players or 21 or 28. We have gone with 3 teams. That is 21 players. Of course, the usual sevens players are back from the other year. The Aaron Ofoirots, the Casitos are back into that. And also the younger players are also in there. Guys like Kenny Sexton is back in there. So it's going to be a quite competitive squad, and of course we have the younger players, the Marco Mokelos, are all training there. So it's going to be we shall know exactly how the team looks like, maybe by the end of May.
What's the biggest focus right now?
The focus right now is conditioning, and also player loading, because we want them to train as much as possible now, so that as we head into the later end of May, they now begin reducing on the player load. So right now they're loading on a conditioning. Every Monday and Tuesday morning before they start the field sessions, they first go through conditioning so that they can be able to compete at that level when it comes to June.
Okay, I also understand we've been performing quite well on the continent, in the sevens. But right now, do you think we have what it takes?
Yes, we do. We have been to 2 World Cups. We've been African with a number of times, so we know how to play our way around. And many of these players have played at that stage. Of course, there's some newer players who are going to have to play catch up, but we believe that with our squad, we can be champions of Africa again. We've done it before, and it will happen again.
Yes, and talking about the composition of the team, you've mentioned quite a couple of names, but there is one that people have been contemplating about, Philip Wokorach. Will he be on the team? Will he not be? Have you had any conversations with him about that?
I think when I named the squad, it was common knowledge. So everyone got the squad. Philip, yes, he's part of the squad, although he cannot be here. So him and Adrian are being tracked. They send us their videos. They send us their performance, fitness-wise, condition-wise. So the coach is tracking them. He has a tracker for them. So when he needs them to come down for a trial tournament or something, they'll come. So yes, they are part of the squad. Of course, that's a training squad. We're not sure if they'll make their final team.
So now we aren't sure yet about them representing in Mauritius.
No, they're 28 players, like I said, they're 21 players, so we're not sure of which of the 14 players. You cannot just give someone an open door inside there. Yeah. So they have to show that they're actually up to it in terms of condition-wise. But yes, he's aware and he's working on this program. Same as Adrian, they're both in France. So yes, they're part of the training squad, but we shall wait to see who makes the final squad.
Yeah, and you've been very intentional talking about the younger players that are being integrated about the team. How is grassroots development in rugby looking like right now?
The good thing is that the younger players were part of the team that played in Mauritius last year. Because last year we didn't use any of the older players because they were playing in a Rugby Africa Cup here in Nnalubaale. So all those players had a chance to play last year, and they didn't come out too badly. But now with the guidance of the experienced players, I'm sure that they'll pull their hand up, and we're very confident that because these are players who have performed the whole season now, and all of us last season as well. So they have understood how sevens is played. Now it's just about them understanding at that big stage. Of course, we had a change of coach at the end of last year. So also it gives the new coach a chance to impact on his playing philosophy, and then we see how the players react to that.
All right, and pretty much we've seen Uganda as well has hosted a couple of tournaments back in Nnalubaale, some that we've had in Wokorach, but when the continent keeps flocking Mauritius for many of these tournaments, is hosting more of these like the Africa Sevens something that we are looking at as the union?
Yeah, Rugby Africa has changed the way they host tournaments nowadays. They don't give you a 1 year hosting. It's over a number of years. That's why we hosted Nnalubaale twice, 2 times that time. Kenya is hosting the Women's Sevens the 2nd year this year. Mauritius is hosting the 3rd year. So they try and give countries continuity. So if you're discussing with commercial partners, they are sure that they have the games over 2 or 3 years. So yes, we shall at that point, if Mauritius is as a finished hosting, we shall put in a bid depending on our objectives at that time.
And I've heard the talk about the Africa 7 series where we keep going around the continent and playing almost a bigger number or a bigger chunk of teams. What's your take on that? Is it something you think is very beneficial?
It's probably going to happen. We just don't know when.
So it's a question of when, not if.
Yeah, because so far we have. We should just see how it goes this year, because last year we had the Kampala Sevens at Kings Park, which brought in some international teams. Hopefully this year we can have it again, and of course with the Safari Sevens every year in Nairobi, so that gives us all the 2 legs, and then there are legs in Zambia and Zimbabwe every year, Zambezi and Moshi. So it's already a good start if you have 4 tournaments that are being hosted every year in those countries. Just about now us talking to the other countries and agreeing to have a circuit around there. We also involve the teams in the north and then see how it goes. So it is work in progress, and now we believe it's possible to happen.
Okay, but before we let go of the Africa Sevens, I understand the league as well, where these players are coming from, is heading into a very, very crucial point of the season. And how are you harmonizing the teams that are letting go of their players, maybe for preparation or even when the eventual tournament time comes?
No, luckily the 15 clubs are now aware. It's been, I think, 3 or 4 years where they're accustomed to playing without some of their players who have gone for the sevens team. So many clubs now have learned to try and have backup players. That's why this year we have increased the number of squads in the league for clubs from 60 players to 72 players. So that covers them a lot when some players are out for national sevens duties. So the clubs are very much aware, and they as well plan to play minus 6 players if the players are out for sevens. So that is not a big issue.
Okay. And from where you sit or stand, I understand this is a very vital part of your work, but local club rugby, we've recently been participating in the Enterprise Cup. We still have 1 participant, but all the other 3 participants were washed away at the quarterfinals. What's your take on Ugandan rugby clubs, the competition in the region? Obviously, in the region, I'm talking Kenya, Uganda. What can we do better to catch up? Because it doesn't look really nice.
Yeah, obviously we have. This is an extra tournament for us. We have not played Enterprise Cup since 1999. So in terms of how many games they play in a year, Kenya has been having this Enterprise Cup all through. So they've been accustomed to playing all these number of games year in, year out. Of course, it takes a toll on the players. So hopefully now that we are back in this, we can get accustomed to it, plan for the season better among the clubs, and we cannot judge them now because this is just the first year compared to the Kenyans who have played the last 30 years without us. So we shall get there.
We shall get there. Just playing catch up on all this. But the Pirates now, who are on the semi-finals, in your opinion, what chance do they stand?
Well, the Pirates are not they're not there by mistake.
Yeah.
Because they're the Ugandan champions. So naturally, I would offer them a decent chance. And we believe that they'll put their best foot forward on a Saturday. We have faith in them because they are current champions in Uganda. So we expect them to do quite well. And I think they're playing at home at their fortress at Kings Park. So we hope that all is in their favor.
Okay, and my very last one. Where do you see Ugandan rugby, both 7s and 15s? What are some of the steps that we are taking right now? What's in the kitchen?
Sevens is in a very good place. They have demonstrated consistently that they can play because for the kind of players of our size as a country, naturally, we are not that big. So 7 is easier for us to compete on the world stage. 15s requires some really big players who will struggle with naturally as a country we are a small body compared to the West Africans and North Africans naturally as people we're a bit smaller. But here 15s we have seen that the clubs are putting in good shifts now. The clubs have learned how to do conditioning. The whole of essence coaches nowadays, all of them have them. So just believe it's a matter of time for us to get conditioned enough to play at the continental stage. We are sure that maybe give or take 3 years we shall be competing very strongly. Yeah,
and probably something we have not touched on this interview is women's rugby. Sometimes, maybe that's a personal opinion, it looks like it's lagging a bit behind. Is there an intentional plan to perhaps carry it on and lift it up?
Women's rugby is growing. I think the growth is just not visible enough because we don't focus them on much in the media and all around the but if you see like this season, you've seen teams like Nile Rapids defeating teams like Black Pearls, like Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
That shows you we have more players coming in. We have teams like Elgon Wolves in the East playing in the top competition. The last few years, there's been a preserve of only Kampala teams playing the top level, but now we have teams like Nile Rapids and Elgon Wolves from Far East. We hope to also get in the teams like Kikim Lions from the North. Then you can spread out the number of players. But yes, the emergence over more of these African clubs is a sign that rugby is growing out of just the central. So we have hope that we shall, and you have seen the women's sevens team has been playing quite well on the continent. We hope that the women's 15s also who are going to Nairobi in May can also step up. Last year they played quite well. They won a tournament in Ivory Coast, which was an abrupt call in April last year, and then they were promoted to the one in Madagascar, which they managed to also stay in that level. So the women are in the top 4 in Africa. So that is already a huge sign that rugby overall.
The growth is there. It's just not visible enough. We aren't paying attention.
We're not paying attention just but otherwise, if in the media like at the May now, you would have noticed that the women are actually growing.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Olinga. Good to have you here.
All right.
And that's Ramsey Olinga, Chief Technical Officer from the Uganda Rugby Union. And thanks very much for sparing time.
Thank you. Good stuff.